Hey guys, it's Dr. Ben-Yisrael here of the Hallelujah Lifestyle Wellness Center, and I'm excited because of the special feature video that I'm doing. Now, very early in 2020, a part of our game plan was to have our Herbal Academy launched, but with the advent of the pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic, this just wasn't so. And so ever since we've been working feverishly to ensure that we get the college off in 2020. And so I'm excited because right now we have pulled all the stuff out and we are in the process of launching our Herbal College come December 1st, 2020. Our classes begin in January. And so I'm excited about that. Now, a lot of persons may be asking, why start a herbal college? There are so many colleges across the world. There are so many online, and these are great colleges. So many great colleges online. Why go ahead and launch a herbal college? Well, my answer to that is very simple. Now, I know that I am blessed, that I'm immensely blessed to have been able to gather a wealth of knowledge as it relates to Jamaican and Caribbean herbs. And my understanding of the word blessing is responsibility. You know, a lot of persons may look at a blessing in so many ways, but one of my understanding of the word blessing is a responsibility. You know, you pray for a car and you get a car. It's a nice car, but guess what? You've just inherited some more responsibility. You want a child, you pray for a child, you get a nice bouncing baby, but guess what? You've just gotten a blessing, which is some more responsibility. And so with this knowledge and with this blessing that I have, I believe it's also a responsibility that I have to disseminate and to share that information with as much persons as is possible. You know, with the advent of COVID-19, it has resulted in us having to do things very differently. And that different way of doing things had led not only me, but many of us to include the internet and to include technology in how we do things. But guess what? We had fewer visits, we had fewer physical clinics, but we had an increase in online activity. That placed a demand for us for the need of herbal consultants. It placed a demand for us for the need of content writers. It placed a demand on us for the need of product developers, persons who can help make some of the products that we make. And it also placed a demand on us for persons who have the herbal knowledge, who are able to dispense products, bearing in mind the herb-drug interaction application. And so from our own business, we have seen the need, the demand for persons in this field, and that has been one of the things that has fueled us. We wanted persons and couldn't find persons, and so we saw an opportunity to get more persons involved, to get more persons into the business of natural medicine. However, most of our products are based on herbs from Jamaica and herbs from the Caribbean. Hence, we had to offer we need persons with unique knowledge and unique skill sets. They are general knowledge that a herbalist would have, but we need persons with a unique knowledge and a unique skill set to be able to help us in what we are doing. Some persons may ask, what is unique about Boston College? And some of you may be asking, why Boston College? If you're in Jamaica, why Boston College? Now, first of all, even though we are in Ferry Hill, Port Antonio, Portland, which is very close to the community of Boston, that was not the motivating factor for us to use the word Boston in our institute name. In other words, Boston is actually an acronym for based on simple technologies of nature. Boston. Because guys, guess what? The real teacher here is nature. Nature is based on principles which, when understood and applied properly, will bring about healing. And so most programs out there on the internet, most institutions out there that are based on the internet basically use herbs and use herbal products that are from the USA and from Europe. I remember when I began my journey and when I did my studies, that the material, all the materials that I used were from the US or from other countries. And so when I started making my formulas, I had to go to the herb shop and I had to buy raw material. This also affected our price. This affected our price that we would pass on to our clients. And I started thinking, hey, I'm in Jamaica. I'm in the land of wood and water. And so because of that, I decided very early in our walk, I decided very early in our journey to spend the time to learn about Jamaican herbs and to learn about Caribbean herbs. That journey led me to spending time with local indigenous healers. I had to spend a lot of time with local indigenous healers right across Jamaica. And that has given me a unique appreciation for our traditional healers, the Rasta man in the hill, the mother woman around the corner. These persons have immense knowledge about plants and phytonutrients and how these plants can help us. But I noticed that even though these herbalists and even though these healers had advanced knowledge of herbs and were very effective, they lacked something. They lacked the know-how as to how these plants worked. They did not have the knowledge that would confirm the ancient knowledge that they had. They didn't know, even though there's a large body of modern knowledge, modern science out there to confirm. They didn't have that. And also, they knew that these plants work, but they didn't know exactly why they work or how they worked. So, and that for years has caused our traditional herbalists to be undermined and to be unappreciated. And so what I have done, when I learned from these traditional healers about the herbs, when I have sat with them and asked them and questioned them about these herbs and what these herbs did, I did my homework by taking that knowledge, comparing it with what modern science had to say to verify the substance, and I've just been in awe. Modern science continues and will continue to confirm what traditional knowledge and experience has been doing for years. And so I want to say kudos to all of those traditional healers who have stayed faithful and who have been faithful to doing what they need to do in order to ensure that this body of knowledge is still alive. Another question that some persons may have is, are we certified? And my answer to that is absolutely no, because there is nobody in the world, or there is nobody in Jamaica that can certify traditional knowledge. This is knowledge and this is experience that has been proven over and over again. My input, Boston Institute of Natural Medicine, our goal here is just to organize that knowledge and that information in a structured way so that persons can utilize it and so that persons will have a formal understanding as to why this knowledge and how this knowledge works. And so with that being said, I want to also add that there are legal and ethical implications. So there is a legal and an ethical framework in which to work. And so that is also a part of the component that we have added in this training. And so we want to help you to be able to help not only yourself, but to help those persons around you. So Boston Institute of Natural Medicine is where traditional knowledge merges with modern science. I'm excited about what is before us. We already have the draft for a number of core products. So the first program is our diploma in traditional community medicine. Then we have a master herbalist program and so much more to come. All right, I'm looking forward to hearing from you, and I'm looking forward to seeing you joining our community.